Well, that's what the monarchy's for. The supremacy branch. That is also what the citizens' initiative is for. Because not every politician is going to be corrupt. There will be corrupt politicians, even in Nix. But there's going to be that one that's going to be like, fine, if the unicameral ain't going to listen to their constituents, then the people will rise. Then, you get the citizens' initiative. Or the citizens will just go to the monarchy, because you know what the monarchy can do? She can literally, well, not only that, she can literally abolish the current unicameral and start elections over again. Yeah, she'll just if there's enough petitions or either petitions or votes that says get rid of our unicameral to corrupt, the queen would be like, done, leave now. It's like, all right, let's get elections going again.
Makes sense to me.
And those people that were kicked out, they cannot run again. So, I mean, they could probably run again, like in the far future, but they can't run in the full terms of the election years. So, yeah. So that's one way to fight corruption. It's one way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we
are. Thought that popped in my head.
Yeah, but no, that's awesome. That's a great thing to talk about. Yeah. All right, let me get this written down. Okay, so that'll be HAR 6. Yes. Oh, snap! I forgot to talk to y'all about this. Okay, so I added more to the bill. Let me add this real quick, and then I'll tell you all about it. I won't lie. I'm actually like happy and surprised that Minister Hutter made it to a meeting, even though it was an executive meeting. I'm surprised that she came and made it. I'm really glad she made it. I wonder. I'm not gonna say the circumstances are, but I wonder. The reason she got the Skype message was because it was from you and not from me.
It could be.
Because of the circumstances, she can't get my messages. So, I think it's because she saw your messages. Then she's like, oh, a meeting. I'm going to join. So, I think that's how she was able to join the meeting. Yeah. So I'm going to have to talk to the queen about that probably this weekend. Assuming I'm not doing anything. I don't think I am. But, I'm going to talk to the queen this weekend about it. Because I'm really glad she made it. I was really hoping she'd make it to the unicameral meeting. Maybe I should get you to start Skype meetings more instead of me, so we can get everything moving. But we'll see.
Of course.
Yeah. But anyway, let me get this.
We were last on number 2.
Yeah, let me get this. Was it may not attempt? Is that what it says? Yeah, may not attempt. Ooh. I am dehydrated because it is hot in this house. Well, not the house, but hot in this room, really. Too restrict, okay. Oh, see, it says may not attempt to. So you can't even propose bills that'll restrict the constitutional powers. You can't even propose them. So, and that's another thing, too. Our current constitution says if a bill is being proposed on the floor, it has to be voted on to even come to the floor. Like, all right, is this bill worthy to be talked about? Let's have a vote. That's basically what that bill is. And obviously people will be able to read it first. And it's like, nah, this bill ain't worthy to be talked about, throw it away. Now, that probably can backfire if we're corrupt enough. But as of right now, that is a good way to get rid of attempts to have bad bills. But yeah, that's our current thing right now. Okay. Constitutional power of a succeeding legislature. Okay. But no, that should have been a no-brainer having this particular part of the rule. Okay, so here's my additions. I meant to tell you guys about this. I almost forgot about it. Good thing I looked that up. Let me find it. Okay. So I want to add to this bill, since it is reforming the entire legislative branch. I want to change the name of the unicameral, because we've always called it the unicameral. I want to change it to the House of Representatives. I feel like the name would sound better with the Queen of Nyx. So what do y'all think of having the name going from unicameral to House of Representatives? What, Secretary Ubi, what do you think?
I don't know much about that.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just a name change because, you know, a unicameral means one house in the whole legislative branch. That's all what a unicameral means. A unicameral is a term. So, like the United States Congress, it's a bicameral legislature because there's two houses. Ours is a unicameral. There's only one house. But we've always called our unicameral a unicameral. That's all we've ever called it. So if everybody's okay with that, we can change the name to House of Representatives because it would sound more, I guess that's the word I can look for. It sounds more democratic. It sounds more representative to people, you know, that could like the name and whatever for the legislative branch. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with having House of Representatives. Even in Kentucky, I plan on creating a constitutional amendment to propose to their legislative branch to say, hey, let's abolish the Senate and keep the House of Representatives because it sounds more better for Kentucky than the Senate. So it's like, yeah. So that's basically that's another thing I'm doing, but that's for future stuff. But yeah. So yes, clerk.
It's a nice idea and all, but you're kind of asking the wrong people, the wrong group. If you want the name changed, you're gonna have to ask the people at the unicameral.
Do you mean Nyx or the entire unicameral?
The people with Nyx.
Okay, that's another thing too. Even though the Queen says that she thinks that it might be passed as a statute, here's what I realized. How our Constitution is written, it's written similar to the U.S. Constitution. What that means is whatever it says of what the government can do, that's in the Constitution. So since we're reforming what the legislative branch can do, while the constitutional amendments are what governments cannot do, the ones that governments can do, believe it or not, this bill will actually have to be proposed as a type of constitutional amendment. It won't be a constitutional amendment towards the people where like this won't be the 14th Amendment in our Constitution. It won't be that. It'll be reforming the entire 4th article, which resembles the legislative branch. So that's what it'll be. But since it's going to go on the Constitution itself, that actually is going to have to be going to the people. So yes, this bill that we're discussing to make right now, it's going to go to the people. Okay, that's fine, Secretary. Get better. Stay hydrated. I'm dehydrated too, but I'm in a good environment. I should be drinking water right now, but I'm not. But I'm in a circulated air environment, so I'm okay. I'm under a fan too. So, but yeah,
it's
get hydrated.
where I live right now.
Yeah, don't get hurt. Don't hurt yourself. Get hydrated. Get some rest. We got the mapping done, so we got the whole Oregon talk done. That's what I mainly needed you for most of the things anyway. So we got the Oregon thing talked about. So that's a good thing to have. So I'm glad we got to talk about that.
I'm gonna head out because I'm not feeling too good. I feel overheated. It's almost 100 degrees where I live right now.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, no, please go hydrate yourself and cool off and go to sleep. So you know you're good. Or not go to sleep. It's like 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock your time. So no.
It's 6:53.
You're 3 hours behind. So yeah, it's almost 7 o'clock your time. So, you know, go do something.
I'm just gonna lay down and probably rest my eyes.
I might message you later. I might invite you to something later. I'll tell you about it later. But I might talk to you later if you're available.
Yeah, I'll be available. I'm just gonna be laying down and getting hydrated.
Right. No, please go ahead. Go ahead and lock yourself out, cool off, hydrate, all that stuff. Go take a rest. Thank you for coming to the meeting, though.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, Secretary.
See you later.
Alrighty. Okay. But no, Clerk, you're right. We are going to bring that. It's going to be brought up to the people anyway. And here's the thing about giving them to the people. While it's being voted on by the people can actually add on changes to it while it's being voted on. So if they say get rid of the name, get rid of the name. But if not, then they want to keep the name. So, but since it's gonna go to the people anyway, it's gonna get voted on. So if they all said no to this bill all because of the name, then we got to work something out because apparently they don't like the name and that's why they deleted the bill. So that's our major problem. It's like, hold on, all this reformation and they said no because of the name change. No, that would be mean, but no. But no, it sounds like it's gonna go to the people anyway. So, but I see what you're saying though. So another thing I added, because in this legislative branch there will be elections, plural. There will be elections. Have one elected representative for and from each federal county. And what that means is that like County 9 only has one person. So if that person decides to run as a representative, that person is representing County 9. Because he's from there, he lives there, or maybe he was born there, all that stuff, right? And he's gonna represent that county. As you know, same goes for Senator Ross. If he decides to run, he'll be the representative of Montego County, all that stuff, right? In addition, that and have one appointed representative via senator or minister for, not from, for each federal county. Here's how that will work. So let's say County 9, let's say our citizen there is a representative. He's been elected. We're having a unicameral meeting. He's unavailable for whatever reason. The senator or minister that is appointed there takes his spot until he gets back, or until he walks in and says, "All right, I'm ready now." But that appointed representative, he gets appointed. That person gets appointed to whatever county he's going to represent, and whatever county he's going to represent, he has to. And there will be an obligation. Representatives too, obviously, but we're going to make it an obligation for senators and ministers too. If whatever counties the senators and ministers are representing, they are obligated to talk to every single constituent in that county to get their opinions on a bill. Every single one. Every single one. So even if it's just one person, get their opinion anyway. If it's 100 people, get all their opinions. So so each county will have a elected representative, and if that person is unavailable, then there'll be an appointed one. But mainly in a unicameral meeting, the elected representatives will be doing the meetings, doing the voting, doing the proposing bills, while the appointed one sits back in their original branches of government and just watches the unicameral play their part until one of them becomes unavailable. It's like, all right, I'm stepping in to, represent County 9 while the representative's away or something. So, all that stuff. So that's the addition. So what do y'all think? Let's start with the clerk.
Honestly, I believe that could work.
Senator Ross?
halfway listening to that, and I'm trying not to die at the same time.
I believe it.
But I mean, yeah, that could probably work. I think.
Okay. I mean, obviously, we're gonna send this video to. I mean, everybody's gonna see this video. I'm hoping they'll give us their opinions on it. So that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll see if we ever get comments. But I think people are used to commenting on live videos, not necessarily recorded ones. We'll see. Okay, but that's another addition. Another thing I added it's a title change. There's two of them actually. I couldn't figure out one for the Queen, but here's mine first. The Prime Minister during a unicameral session, or whatever a legislative branch is going to be called, the Prime Minister shall be titled Speaker of the House, or Speaker for short, during the sessions. So I'll be Speaker of the House in the House of Representatives. Makes sense, right? So that'll be my title while we're in legislative session. So what do you think of that title? Do you think that title will go good with the House of Representatives? Do you think it should be something else? Do you think it should just be Prime Minister regardless? Or do you think, whichever? Let's go with the clerk.
I mean, it honestly could go either way.
Okay. Senator Ross?
Yeah, I believe the same thing, honestly.
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, go on.
Sorry, no, I'm trying not to die. Sorry.
That's fine. In that case, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it where the title's gonna change to Speaker of the House, and we'll see what happens. Okay, the Queen. I honestly could not figure out what title to give the Queen during the session. We could just keep it the Queen and be done with it, or we could give her a legislative title. Because I was actually struggling on her more than myself. As a prime ministers usually get involved with the legislative branch a lot more than a president does. So this is just a candidate. Again, should we keep it as the Queen, or should we keep it as I put here? Now, remember, this is during a legislative session, not anywhere else. The title is Madam President.
To be honest, it is more fitting when it comes to meetings like this. I believe it should stick to chairwoman for the lady, and for the guy, chairman. It just makes more sense to me, at least when it comes to the meetings itself.
Okay. I actually have no problem with that. Senator Ross?
I mean, to me, it don't really matter, but yeah, I think that one should be left up to everybody else. Because personally, I'm like in between all of it, and they can call whoever. Dang, I forgot their name. Whatever they're called now, if they want to be called something else, they can be called something else. I believe they should just be called whatever they prefer to be called in a group. Not like a group effort, but like the person that's in charge of it should be, all right, this is my name, and this is what I'm going to be referred to as. That makes any sense.
Right, no, it makes sense. But these are just titles though, like like senator or minister or representative. Something similar to that sort during a session, legislative session. So obviously in this meeting, I'm the prime minister and you're a senator, and we have a clerk. So and then Ivar is a secretary or an interim senator, which is a temporary senator. Or when we had Minister Hutter on here, she's a minister. So it's a title like that. But I see where you're getting at though. But I think Madam Clerk's idea is hitting my head harder than my idea. So I'm probably So I think the chairwoman might sound okay with the House of
Oh.
Representatives.
Fuck.
Cursing a storm up there a lot, ain't you, Ross? You good? Did we lose Senator Ross for a good minute? Oh, I guess we did. I guess we lost him, verbally, anyway.
His mic is still on.
Yep. That's okay. Okay. Cool. We actually made a lot of time today, so that's good. We're probably just gonna work on this last Nebraska paper until the time limit that I made.
Paper number 3?
Yes, we're on paper number 3. So we got 25 minutes exactly to finish. So I'm actually glad we made a lot of progress today. So so let's see. Oh, and there he goes. There goes Senator
He
Ross.
probably froze.
He probably did. That's okay. I'm sure he can come back.
If not, he could always watch the rest.
Right. Since it's your chat, I'm assuming you could probably see him and probably can ring him back in or something. So I'll let you handle that while I try to read off the third paper.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, it looks like the third paper doesn't necessarily, I mean, never mind, it does have a lot. Oh, it does have a lot. Oh, it's got, oh. Okay. So the third paper, Article 3, Section 2, First Power Reserved Initiative. The first power reserved by the people is the initiative whereby laws may be enacted and constitutional amendments adopted by the people independently of the legislator. This power may be invoked by petition, wherein the proposed measure shall be set forth at length. If the petition be for the enactment of a law, shall be signed by 7% of the registered voters of the state. And if the petition be for the amendment of the Constitution, the petition therefore shall be signed by 10% of such registered voters. In all cases, the registered voters signing such petition shall be so distributed as to include 5% of the registered voters of each 2/5 of the counties of the state. And when thus signed, the petition shall be filed with the Secretary of State, who shall submit the measures thus proposed to the electors of the state at the first general election held not less than 4 months after such petition shall have been filed. The same measure, either in form or in essential substance, shall not be submitted to the people by initiative petition, either affirmatively or negatively, more often than once in 3 years. If conflicting measures submitted to the people at the same election be approved, the one receiving the highest number of affirmative votes shall provisions. The constitutional limitations as to the scope and subject matter of statutes enacted by the legislature shall apply to those enacted by the initiative. Initiative measures shall contain only one subject. The legislature shall not amend, repeal, modify, or impair a law enacted by the people by initiative. Contemporaneously with the adoption of this initiative measure or at any time thereafter, except upon a vote of at least 2/3 of all members of the legislature. Wow, that actually spells out the entire Citizens Initiative Amendment, because what's ironic about the Citizens Initiative is that, which we're going to make it a legal right, not necessarily a natural right, by the way, but it's definitely going to be a legal right. So it'll definitely be on a separate paper than the Constitution. However, since it is a legal right, that's exactly what it sounds like, because we actually, hey, Senator Ross is back, and he gone. We actually copied our Citizens Initiative Act. There he is. Citizens Initiative Act from Switzerland's laws, not Nebraska's. We actually copied it from Switzerland's laws, because Switzerland is not as neutral as we hoped to be back then, but a lot more neutral than anybody else. Even though it's not acting neutral right now, it's just as neutral as anybody else. But at the moment, they're not as neutral anymore, sadly. So, but welcome back, Senator Ross. We're on paper number 3.
Sorry, my phone died.
That's fine. Okay, let's see. Let's look at part 4 miscellaneous. Let's see, let's go all the way down to 4. This is authorized to
You
enact
said
laws.
part 4?
Yeah, part 4 miscellaneous, and go down to section 4 of that.
Okay. That's literally at the bottom.
Yep. Winter v. Swanson, 1940. Legislature is authorized to enact laws to facilitate operation of the initiative power. Who's the initiative power? What?
I don't get that.
I don't get that either. I get the rest of it, but if it doesn't tell me what the initiative power is, we can't use it. Because I don't know what that is.
What's the reference?
Ooh. You know, on it. Wait, hold on. This is about. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Oh, okay. The legislature is authorized to enact laws to facilitate operations of the citizens' initiative power. Let's put it that way. So they're allowed to make laws to facilitate the operations of it. If it says the word facilitate, I'm assuming where it goes. When should this happen? When should you do this? Where do you go to do this? I'm pretty sure that's what it means in that part. So what it's asked, so basically it was probably going to ask, should the unicameral have the power to make laws to tell the citizens where to go to put your votes in for your citizens' initiative votes on whatever laws they're going up against and whatnot? To facilitate it, to tell you where to go, when to go, and how to do it.
Who is the group that makes the current laws? The executive or the unicameral?
The unicameral. The executive branch enforces it. So obviously, me, the prime minister, I have to make sure it happens.
Well, I would have to say that it needs to be voted upon by the unicameral for it to be followed through.
Okay. Okay, so.
Before we keep going, did I already say I had to get my charger?
Say that again?
Did I say I needed to get my charger or no?
I don't think so. You said your phone died, but I don't think you said anything about a charger.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry. I had to grab my charger because the phone died. And then that's why I left for that.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine.
Couple seconds or couple minutes.
All right, so we're definitely gonna copy that provision.
And then get it voted on in a unicameral meeting.
Oh yeah, that's gonna have to be a bill. There we go. All right. Next. All right. Let's see. Omaha National Bank versus Spire, 1986. Let's see. Is it relevant? Probably not. It doesn't sound relevant. It's definitely a lot more towards Nebraska. I mean, obviously it's not towards Knicks, but it doesn't sound necessarily something we can use for anything. So we'll skip that one. Let's see. Let's go to section 2 of part 4. State X Rel Stemberg versus Bierman.
That's a long paragraph.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I think I kind of got it.
I think I kind of got it too, but let's hear you. Let's hear you. Okay, tell us how you got it.
It's basically in a unnecessary long paragraph. It's basically describing it as a way how it could be a criminal offense if people has the right to vote.
Okay. That yeah, it sounds like that too, absolutely. So let me embrace of what the definition means with my fried political brain experience. But you are right though. That's exactly what it almost sounds like. But what it's saying even more, it's also saying that the legislature's not allowed to make statutes making it a criminal offense for a person that is writing a petition that's a registered voter in a county. So like say County 9 is making a petition for something, but he goes to Lavender County to get more signatures for something. I mean, most likely a constitutional amendment or maybe a federal law, because in our case, go anywhere you want, because you obviously need more people to help you out with the signatures and such, because it's a federal law and that'll affect everybody in Nix. So and obviously what it's saying, the unicameral is not allowed to make statutes or laws that will make it a criminal offense for a guy in County 9 to get signatures from people or registered voters in Lavender County. So no, in the Kingdom of Nix, because Citizens Initiative go towards our federal laws, you are allowed to go from County 9 to Lavender County to get more signatures for a federal law that you want to change or propose. So, yeah. At the same time, I don't think we really need... I don't think we need that as a law, but it'll definitely be a regulation on the government. So I guess I'll copy that down and make that a regulation on us as part of that bill. So I'll probably copy that down, yeah. Not the whole thing, no, but I'll copy the gist of it down.
At least you'll be able to shorten it instead of making it into a long paragraph. It really is ridiculously long.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it'll probably be longer anyway once I actually make it a formal writing into the bill itself. The bill itself might have multiple pages, just saying, because it's probably gonna be a very long bill. But since the bill's not ready yet, we don't have to worry about it. What is that? 13 minutes? Yeah, okay, we got 13 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at number 1. Okay, number 1, we already have a rule on that because the legislative branch actually can't do nothing to the Citizens Initiative. I'm pretty sure the Citizens Initiative Act says that. So the unicameral really cannot do anything to the Citizens Initiative at all. So
I was kind of wondering what it meant. I mean, it sounded kind of familiar.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to part 3, which has the most. Or is it part 1? Oh no, here's part 3. For some reason it vanished on me and then came back. Okay. All right, part 3, amendment by initiative. Okay. This one we might actually take some stuff off. Let's see. Let's go to number 3. Duggan v. Bierman. Bierman again. You're going to see Bierman a lot. Nebraska is filled with Germans. 1996. In a case...
Ooh, the year I was born.
Yeah. Same. In a case involving the People's Amendment to the state's constitution, Supreme Court makes not attempt to judge the wisdom or the desirability in enacting such amendments. I think even though I'm the one that wrote this down, I think I meant to put the word may instead of makes. So may not attempt to judge the wisdom or desirability in enacting such amendments. So in our case, in the future when we get the islands, I'm sure we're going to have a judicial branch. The reason we don't have it now is because we don't think we need one because of our circumstance. We might make one in the future anyway. So currently our judicial branch is the supremacy branch because the queen is judge and jury unless she picks a jury. She has the power to do that too. So I guess in our current situation, if we decide to have this thing, the court of ministers can't even, like, say if the amendment sounds crappy to some, and maybe the queen don't like it, or maybe someone in the queen's court don't like it, they can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, that's unconstitutional. Well, too bad, because it's going to be constitutional anyway. They can't do anything about it. So, because if it becomes a constitutional amendment, that is now a natural right. Even though to some it might not sound like a natural right, because it might be stupid. Like in America, the 16th and 17th Amendment, they're the two most stupidest amendments on the planet. We're stuck with them for a while. So,
Wait, what amendment?
16th and 17th in the U.S. Constitution. They're the stupidest ones.
And the 18th.
18th is when alcohol got prohibited.
Hey,
No,
yep.
no. Yeah. It's when the alcohol got prohibited, yeah. Well, that one got repealed, though.
Yeah, by the
16th and 17th
23rd.
did.
But it was stupid in the first place.
Absolutely it was. Okay. So that should have been that should be a no-brainer actually no, I cannot add that part to it. I cannot add that part to that bill because it involves another branch of government. So we cannot put this part in the other bill. This one's going to have to be in a separate bill. So we'll have to skip that one, sadly. All right. State X Rel Johnson v. Gale, 2007. The people of this state may amend their constitution in any way they see fit. Ooh. Provided the amendments do not violate the federal constitution or conflict with federal statutes or treaties. Ooh, nice. That's exactly what the Citizens Initiative Act says, almost. As long as it does not violate the federal constitution, yeah. The only constitution is the federal constitution and the Queen of Nix, because since the counties are created by the federal government, not necessarily by the people, it's named by the people, it's run by the people, it's governed by the people, and of course Nix is governed by the people as well. However, the federal government is what created those counties, or island counties, really. So because of that, they're not states, they're counties, they're local counties. Like, say Kentucky is its own country, but it doesn't have its own states. It has counties. So those counties are not going to have a constitution. It's just going to go by Kentucky's constitution. That's basically Nix right now. So, with that said, yeah. So we actually don't have to add that part because it's there. It's already there. The counties are not going to have their own constitutions. They have their own local laws and ordinances, as long as it doesn't violate the federal constitution. But they can't have a major constitution. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. Number one, appellate court makes no attempt to judge wisdom. Okay, number one is just about another court doing the same thing the Supreme Court does, but so let's do that one. Let's go to part 2. Alrighty, part 2, number 5, League of Nebraska Municipalities versus Marsh, 1962. Okay, we don't have to worry about that one. Let's see, number 4. Barkley versus Pohl, 1918.
That kind of sounds like something we're already doing. Is it?
I know it's saying, but because we don't have that procedure, citizen initiative ballots can really happen at any time in our particular circumstance. But since we don't have, we have an election year now. We have an election because of that one representative position we created. So we technically have an election cycle. But the citizens initiative procedure is not set to where what the people are proposing on the ballot, they don't have to wait till that election cycle to put it up for a vote. They don't have to wait for that. They can really put it up to vote whenever they want. So it's not organized and proceduralized. It's just do whatever you want. And what it's telling us is that during an election, while there's a citizens initiative ballot going on, it says the court can decide if the election should be hold off for a minute until the citizens initiative ballot is done, and then continue with the elections. Because the citizens initiative ballot might actually be important, like it might actually have something to do with elections, or it might have something to do with candidates, or it might have something to do with whatever that might affect the elections a little bit. So that's basically what it's saying. In our current situation, since we only have one election cycle, I mean, we're gonna have multiple as soon as this bill is passed anyway. So I think we can add that one. And we'll.
We could always put it down as a possibility, like a maybe in the future.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna have to be a possibility. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a possibility because it sounds absolutely great, and I think we need it. But I think it's just gonna be hold off right now.
So you could always write it down. Make sure you label it as a reminder for future reference.
Yeah.
So that way you can remember it.
All right, so let's go to number 3. This actually says, okay, that's nothing. Let's see, number 2, Duggan v. Bierman again.
Isn't it something we've already talked about?
Don't think so. Let's go to number 1, because I think number 1 we'll talk about it a little bit more. State X. Rel. v. Moore, 1998. In order to qualify for the ballot, a petition to amend Nebraska Constitution must be signed by 10% of the registered voters of the state. Okay, yeah. In our Citizens Initiative Act, we already created a percentage of voters to propose a ballot, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to look that up. If not, then that'll actually have to be a separate bill. So, because this particular thing actually doesn't regulate the legislative branch. It does, but it doesn't. Because obviously there's some parts of the legislative branch that it's talking about, but it's mainly talking about the Citizens Initiative. So if we're going to make a bill regarding the Citizens Initiative, that's got to be a separate bill. Because we're only allowed to make bills that's only about one topic, and the topic we're discussing right now is the legislative branch, and how we're going to change it. So, but I'm pretty sure we have something like that already. So let's see. Actually, that will be it for tonight, actually. So we are good to go for tonight. Till next week.
Oh, thank goodness.
I thought there was going to be more.
No.
No, there's a lot more, but right, like I said, I wanted to be a 2-hour meeting ish. So don't cut it off yet, Bree. But we are basically done with the meeting. So yeah, so executive order, Nebraska papers. Good job on that. Oh dear, what was it? Oh, Senator Ross and Clerk Bree, if you're available to whoever drinks soda cans. Well, actually, Ross, you already told me your excuse, so you're good. Never mind on you. But anyway, Madam Clerk, if you have people that drink soda cans, if you want to provide a big cardboard box that I can come by and pick up, get your soda cans out and leave the box there, like I'll be the dump truck that comes by, picks up your soda. Here's your empty box. I'm leaving, and now I'm gonna take your soda cans out. So will you be able to provide your own cardboard box, or should I provide you a big cardboard box for you to put somewhere for your soda cans or something, or you can, or?
I am sorry to put such a downer, but because of my health issue, I was put on diet, so I'm not really drinking anything can related.
Right. Is anybody else in your household maybe that's soda can related?
They do, but they already donated to a family, like an in-law who already does some stuff with cans.
Oh, I'm jealous. You need to get that guy in. You need to make him a citizen. Like almost. Let me see. When should we make him a citizen? Oh, right now. Make that man a citizen. Like now. Spread the word, Bree. We need that man. But anyway, okay, no, that's perfectly fine. I'm at least trying to get y'all to at least attempt to do it, because we need more people to pitch in. I'm sure somebody will be able to do it, but I'll be able to do it. Maybe the person that I live with will be able to do it. My parents might be able to do it. So we'll see there. But I want to encourage that idea. Get rid of soda cans so people don't have to throw it everywhere. Even if you have to make a sign, put it out in your yard that said, "I will take your soda cans." Do that, because that's what I plan on doing in the future. I will put a sign that says, "I will take your soda cans."
That's actually a really good idea.
I will take your empty, crushed soda cans. So give them to me. Even if you throw them in my yard because, you're a jerk and, want to throw it in my yard instead of the recycling bin I happily put out for you, I'll pick it up because it's going to go some good. So, yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So good job, guys, for the meeting. The meeting was great. I loved it. Loved every single second of it. I hope we have something like this again. And let's see, 4 minutes. It'll be 2 hours exactly on this meeting. So, yeah, but you know what's funny? We've actually did 2 hours, but according to Skype, we did not do 2 hours, so we got 4 minutes in. So good job, guys. We beat time. I hope to see you all next week for the same exact topics. Things might change. We will see. The unicameral meeting is still July 18th, so it will not be next week. It will be July 18th. So it'll be the week after next. It'll be the week after next week. So not next week, not the week after. Yeah, it'll be the week after the next week. Yeah. So yeah, July 18th on a Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So that'll be our next unicameral meeting. The bills have already been assigned. Let's just hope we get them talked about, because we really need House Bill 8 to get talked about and passed, or we're not going to have any general laws. I mean, I know it's like, why do you need laws for? It's like, we got to have them. They're not bad laws to some, but I mean, we got to have them. So
it just keeps things in order.
Yeah, it keeps things in order. That's really the whole point. So but yeah. So no unicameral meeting. So definitely there will be a meeting next week. Next week is next week is July. So I'll actually be doing my executive address next week. And man, is it going to be long, because I skipped a lot of months. So it's going to be a long executive address. But I am going to make one next week. It ain't going to be on Monday, maybe, but it's going to be next week. I will finally.
Just don't do it on 4th of July.
Oh, no. I will probably not be here on 4th of July either. So, but it'll definitely happen next week. So I'm just going to get ready for that. So that's going to be fun. But other than that, yeah, good meeting, guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Yeah. Anybody else have questions, concerns, comments?
No.
Nada.
No?
Nada.
Nada? Okay. Okay, we measure. All right. Well, in that case, lady and gentlemen, the meeting is adjourned. You have one.